like to review this Revell 144th scale U-boat type 7C/41. The box art's very nice. Okay, and here we have the instructions. The instructions are newspaper type, and it gives a brief description in German and English as far as what the Type 7C/41 U-boat was, with the dimensions and displacement, electric motor speed, range, armament, so on and so forth. And this boat is something that I'm interested in because back in 1942 and 40 to 44, and possibly even into 45, these U-boats patrolled and sunk many ships on the United States shore. They were the Germans that brought it right home to America back during World War II. And the 7C/41 differed in other German U-boats with the fact that they had a larger Wintergarten with anti-aircraft weaponry, more so than the Wolfpack type with a deck gun. Now, in these instructions, of course, you have don't eat it, don't stick it up your nose, don't do this, don't do that. And, of course, different types of glues. These are sticky, these are better sticky, these are other stickies, and blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, we have a nice description of the sprues, and numbered and mapped out with descriptions and paint suggestions over here. And then your basic instructions as to how to put the hull together and so on and so forth. Now, flipping all through all these with the Revell kit, we have 33 different steps that bring you all the way through the assembly. And then we have color choices. Again, just black and white. But they do have different color labeled out on the instructions. And depending on which model you want to build, there can be 4 different individual boats with coloring and decals set upon. So, after we've gone through this, we'll take a look at this. Another piece, safety instructions. Again, just more, don't stick them in your nose, and so other different things. And written in several different languages. So, again, we don't do things we're not supposed to. And we have a little decal sheet. And I see 1, 2, 3 different boats given out with the decals. And of course, we have no swastikas in the flags. And the decals look pretty thin and fairly easily to be cut out. And I don't think we're going to have a huge problem with those. Now, bringing out the pieces, there is a hull half. To give you an idea, my cutting mat is approximately, let's see, nearly 17 inches wide. So in American measurement, we'd be looking at a hull length of probably close to 17 inches. The hull seams and limber holes are very well defined. There's even some small, what I can feel on here, some riveting detail, nice seams, and it is my intention to turn the hull inside out and open up the limber holes by grinding against the back and then opening them up with an X-Acto knife. I've seen this in a couple of YouTube videos, and so I would like to open these holes up rather than just try to wash them and make them appear open. And the detail, there's a very minimal, I don't even see any flash at this point. Pin marks are on the inside. Here's one. Here's another one. There's another and another and another. The pin marks are all appearing to be on the outside, so the overall hull is totally clear of pin marks. And I'm not seeing any flash on the hull. And on the opposite hull, looking to be about the same. The differences in the hull is this one has an anchor location. Again, riveting detail, limber holes, weld lines. It's just really, really nice kit. No flash on this hull half either. Here we have the sprues. There are two sprues. So I have two hull halves and two sprues. This sprue looks as if it contains the stand, the side pieces, and the support. Here we have bulkheads meant for the outer hull halves. I see diving planes. This would be the aft, such as the diving planes in the rear, or elevators. The forward diving planes and their supports and guards. These are probably rudders. These small pieces here, I'm not exactly sure what they are at this point. We have the snorkel. We have a probably propeller shaft, fairing, periscopes, radar arch. There's one of the pieces of the guns, some more periscope pieces. I don't know what you call them, but the mooring bars, I would think, that are supposed to be wooden, and various other short pieces, gun barrels, periscope pieces. Very, very nicely molded. No flash that I can see. As far as pin marks, on the backs of the pieces, I see some pin marks on the stand, some pin marks on the bulkhead halves, which won't be shown. Any other pin marks I'm seeing are on the back side of the pieces that would be covered when they're joined. It's amazing here on the back of the rudder, the forward bow planes and the stern planes, no pin marks. So I think they did a very good job of concealing any pin marks into the portion of the model that's not going to be seen. Now on this one, we have the upper deck, the forward deck, the after deck, the base for the conning tower, and we have very nice engraving as far as the wood planking, steel parts, very good separation between the wood and the steel, and we have little details such as the I'm not sure what they called them, but these portions right here were containers which held lifeboats for the Model 7, so that, in what I understand, is that each lifeboat could contain 5 men. So there are 5-man lifeboats sealed in these chambers, which could be released, and then a 5-man lifeboat. That's only 20 men. From what I understand, this boat was crewed by 4 officers, and I believe up to 60 men. So they never had enough lifeboats for everybody. So I assume the lifeboats would only be used when it was in dire necessity. Now, the part that I was most concerned with was the life rails, but being too thick. But these are very, very thin, and there's very, very little flash on anything. We have some injector pin or ejector molding points that need to be trimmed off, but the railing is extremely nice. A little bit of flash here. And in some of the other points, I think this is the terminus for the radial lines before they reach the stern. Exquisitely fine molded pieces. And this is 1/44 scale. It amazes me that the molding is so fine and has no flash. We have a little bit of flash on one of the 20mm guns. A little bit of flash here again on another one of the 20mm guns. And but this little intricately molded railing is marvelous. And again, the only major pin marks I see are on the underside